with me, Sam. We'll show the world a better way forward.
For fans of the Captain America films, is there anything you want to tell them about this franchise's fresh start?
Captain America is everyone's hero. He's truly the best part in all of us. And that's what makes him so great. That's what makes him everyone's Captain America.
Yeah, absolutely. You've played this character for over a decade now, but this being your first solo film, did you turn to any comics for inspiration?
No, I literally just focused on the script. I mean, these stories are so interesting because they don't do the comic books page by page by page.
Yeah.
They use the comic books as a blueprint or an outline. So you could have 3 or 4 different comic books in one movie. So I stayed away from the comic books and just utilized the script and the story and the background that we've created of Sam Wilson to develop him into the Captain America he is in the movie.
Absolutely. Captain America, the mantle, and the shield are really both symbols. So what do you want those to symbolize during Sam Wilson's tenure?
There were 2 words that kept coming up on set every day when we shot this movie, and it was compassion and it was empathy. I think when you look at, with great power comes great responsibility, right? And Sam Wilson has now taken on the mantle of Captain America. So there's a huge amount of responsibility and understanding that comes along with that. There's a huge amount of empathy that him as a counselor brings to the table that Steve Rogers didn't have. So when you think of the shield, when you think of that moniker, I want people to think of that, understanding, compassion, and empathy.
Yeah, the world could use a little bit more empathy right now.
Yeah.
So you've spoken before on what it means for a black man to take up the mantle of Captain America. Do you think that challenging of ideals is even more important now with the current state of the country?
I think just anyone taking up the mantle of Captain America, there's a huge responsibility that comes along with that. And my responsibility is not just to black kids. It's very important for Latino kids to look up and see a black Captain America. It's very important for white kids to look up and see a black Captain America. When I was a kid, one of my favorite superheroes was Superman. And I've never been to the planet Superman was from. I never, could be a white dude. But watching him, the integrity of the character made me want to put a sheet around my neck and fly around the house. So it's about what's inside you. It's about that idea of when you see it and you aspire to it, it's the beauty of humanity that answers that question, not the symbol or the emblem and what you want to put on it. I think, there are problems all over the world, and I think the beauty of mankind is what will fix that.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Obviously, you, Chris Evans, and Sebastian Stan have formed quite the brotherhood over the years. Are you and Danny on your way to forming something special, and what's that relationship like?
Danny's a really good dude. He's a very good actor. But from the first moment we met, we clicked. And it's so funny because he's like the little brother I never had,
Awesome.
And when we were on set, I would come on set every day and he would come on set and he's just bouncing all over the place. And it reminded me, like that amount of enthusiasm, that amount of appreciation, that amount of excitement he had to be in this movie. It just reminded me of how fortunate and lucky I am, like how fortunate and lucky we are to be able to do what we love on a consistent basis, to be able to represent something as magnificent as Captain America with Harrison Ford, directed by Julius. I mean, it was the perfect storm of, everybody getting their American dream to come true.
Yeah, I love that. So Sam isn't a super soldier. He's not a Norse god. So what makes him think that he can go toe-to-toe with the Hulk?
Well, that's where the suit comes in. That's where the suit comes in. The best thing about, going to Wakanda and getting a new improved suit and the new improved wings, like you saw the clip in the trailer where he cuts the car in half and all that.
Yes.
Yeah. So all of this stuff, all of this tech that he has now makes him more of a superior being instead of having to take the serum.
There's still no worry in him?
No,
I
no.
love that.
I got Wakanda on my shoulder. No.
So Sam has really a lot of qualities of a leader. Do you see a future where he leads the Avengers? And if so, what does that look like to you?
Well, if you look at the comic books, there's an Avengers where, it's him and old Steve leading the Avengers. There's an Avengers where it's him just leading the Avengers. So it all depends on what that is. I mean, I feel like Sam Wilson definitely has the ability to keep his fellow soldiers out of harm's way. And I think that's something that a leader should definitely possess, is care and appreciation of their team around them.
Absolutely. I can imagine acting across from a legend like Harrison Ford is a little bit daunting. So what was it like working with him, and did you learn anything in particular?
Man, I'll tell you, Harrison was kind of amazing. Like, I was blown away by how he came to set and just had fun and chilled out, laughed and joked. He always hung out with the crew. Like, he didn't separate himself over in some VIP area. He was really just
down to earth
and really nice, cracking jokes. I was just surprised.
That's what you could hope for, really.
There's nothing better you can ask for than Harrison Ford just showing up and supporting the team for the whole shoot. It was great.
When you meet your heroes and they actually turn out to be heroes.
It's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. But I think because he talks like this, and he's so standoffish, people think he's like a grumpy man.
Yeah.
But he's not, man. You spend 5 minutes around him, he's going to have you cracking up.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Really appreciate it.